Hi everyone, welcome to today's session on All India Counselling Rules and Sequence of Counselling. This probably is a very important session that we are going to have today and this will be really helpful when you're taking decisions during the counselling process. The session might be a little long, but you might have hundreds of queries. You might have already asked hundreds of queries in groups. You might have seen others asking us so many queries on All India Counselling rules, what happens in a certain scenario, whether I'll be eligible, whether I'll be filling in fresh choices, how to approach the counselling, etc. We will explain every rule in detail so that you don't have any confusion at a later point in time, or even if you have some confusion at a later point in time, you can come back to this video and then know exactly what is the rule. Now, first thing, this is a recap of 2022 rules. 2023's information bulletin is expected to have the same rules, but we are absolutely not sure if there will be any rule change. If at all there is going to be a rule change, we will come back to you and then communicate to you on the changes. For sure, we will do that after the information bulletin is out, and you will have to accommodate for those rule changes. But right now, it is very important that the current rules, and based on what rules the current trends have come out, the last year's trends have come out, are understood in detail. We will be looking at the sequence of counselling, the eligibility, the registration details, joining, upgradation and exit based rules across the counselling of 2022. We will be looking at All India Counselling, but we will also be looking at how state decisions, state joining or state exit impacts the All India Counselling eligibility or choice filling, etc. So now we will be looking at, first we will take you through a very briefly for just a few minutes on what All India Counselling, what the seats that come under All India Counselling. State government institutes and ESI institute, 50% come under the All India Counselling. We know that these are under All India quota within All India Counselling. You see All India Counselling over here. Whenever we refer to All India Counselling always means one counselling conducted by Medical Counselling Committee of DGHS. mcc.nic.in is the portal. It consists of multiple quotas, like we have mentioned over here. So many quotas are there, of which All India quota is one quota. So whenever we refer to All India quota, we are referring to one set, which is state government institutes and ESI institutes, 50% of those seats that come under All India quota. Second, you also have central universities like Delhi University, Banaras Hindu University, Delhi University seats like MAMC, Lady Hardinge, etc. And BHU, IMS BHU, AMU, JLN Aligarh in AMU, and then you have IP University, VMMC and ESI and PGIMR, ABVMS currently, and Lokopriya Gobinath in Assam. All these contribute 50% of seats to All India quota again. So state, ESI institutes, central university or institutes contribute to All India quota, and CIP Ranchi is the only institute which contributes 100% of seats. All seats are under All India quota. All of them are psychiatry seats in Lokopriya Gobinath and Central Institute of Psychiatry Ranchi. Every qualified candidate across India is eligible for this set of seats. What are they called? All India quota. This is one part of All India Counselling, and all these seats are MD, MS or PG diplomas. What are PG diplomas? The DA, DG, OCHO, which have been there for a long time, all of them are called PG diplomas. They are under medical colleges. All these are medical colleges. They are under medical colleges. They come under the National Medical Commission, and under a university, exam will be by the particular university under which the institute comes under. This is exactly like MDMS, except that these PG diplomas are 2-year courses, after which you can do an MDMS or a secondary DNB. So this part is very clear, right? All India quota comes under All India Counselling. You will be able to take DU seats, BHU seats like MAMC seats, Lady Hardinge seats and VMMC and all those seats under All India quota. Everybody is eligible for that. So that is one part to All India Counselling. You will have to register at mcc.nic.in. Now the second part is deemed universities. Deemed universities have a whole list of seats, the complete set of deemed university seats. Every seat of deemed university except for a small set of 5 deemed university seats under Karnataka government quota. Every other seat comes under either management quota of deemed university or NRI quota of deemed university. Management quota is 85% of seats for which every qualified candidate across India is eligible. How many deemed universities are there? There are around 42 deemed universities as of last year. No other addition over this year till now. So this complete set of seats will be available under the under the MNG quota or NRI quota. 2 institutes under Muslim minority and 1 institute under Jain minority have a Jain minority quota. Everybody is eligible again for these. NRI seats alone, there is a specific eligibility criteria. These come under All India Counselling again. So we have seen All India quota, we have seen these quotas which are all deemed university seats. Then you have hospital. And in certain cases, government medical college attached hospitals. So all of them come under under the purview of NBE, and the exam is conducted by NBE. A common exam for all the DNB courses for a particular batch is conducted by NBE. They do not come under a university, etc. NBE diplomas like DNB degree are 2-year courses similar to PG diplomas in medical colleges. The first batch is yet to pass out. So on PG diplomas versus NBE diplomas, we have a separate video, you can have a look at it. In this, under private hospitals, you have all the seats coming under All India Counselling. Every DNB private institute seat comes under All India Counselling. One exception, but don't worry about it. As of now, every DNB private hospital seat comes under All India Counselling. Everybody is eligible for that. These are called under the term DNB quota seats. And similarly, government hospital seats, 50% of the government hospital seats. Let us say there is a government hospital that offers DNB, a district hospital in Karnataka offers DNB. It has five seats under DNB, let us say general surgery. For 4 seats under DNB general surgery. 2 of them will be available under All India Counselling. You can opt for it. The rest 2 are under state quota for in-service candidates. Forget it. But under All India Counselling, either DNB degree or NBE diplomas in government hospitals, 2 of them will be the 50% of the seats will be available. Now next part is what we are going to see next is the set of seats that we are okay. So the next set of seats that we are going to see is central universities or institutes and their seats. We already had these central institutes or universities over here, right? 50% of them come under All India quota. The rest 50% of central university seats come under respective MBBS quota. Basically, if you are looking at DU seats, BHU seats, AMU seats, IP quota seats, under the institute quota or internal quota, it is only for those candidates who have done MBBS from these institutes. So DU quota or BH is available only for DU MBBS candidates and BHU for BHU MBBS candidates and so on, subject to certain year-based considerations in 2 of these universities. Now this means not all candidates are eligible for DU quota, BHU quota, AMU quota or IP quota. Does not mean they cannot take seats in DU, BHU, AMU or IP. This quota 50% is not available for every candidate. It is only for MBBS from those. But All India quota, under All India quota, you will be eligible. So all that you need to do is apply for All India quota under mcc.nic.in. Everybody will be eligible for this set of seats. This is an additional set for respective MBBS candidates. If you are appearing for AFMS, ensure that you apply under mcc.nic.in. Usually select your priority correctly. If your priority 5, select priority 5. Priority 5 is the civilians who are not medical officers, AFMS, not sponsored candidates, not paramilitary or paramilitary candidates, etc., paramilitary force personnel, etc. So for other candidates who have who do not fall under priority 1 to 4, you have priority 5, which is civilian candidates, when usually very few non-clinical seats are available. But while applying, add AFMS, no additional charge. You can decide on whether you want to go to AFMS and attend the counseling, AFMC Pune and attend the counseling or not. That is your prerogative. But apply, add on a checkbox and say AFMS, later you decide. There will be no additional charge or no issue if you don't attend AFMS later. Registration is to be done here, but counseling will be done by AFMC Pune at AFMC Pune, followed by a medical there will be a medical test followed by actual merit based allocation. So this is what All India counselling is. We have seen entire All India counselling over here. How many quotas are there? One All India quota, we know of that. Deemed seats come under these quota. DNB seats come under this quota, all private hospitals and 50% of seats. And then you have DU quota, all other candidates are not eligible for this, all candidates are not eligible, only respective MBBS are eligible. AFMS, if you want, you can apply. So this is the entire set of quotas that you need to remember. The shaded ones over here all carry reservation, all government institutes over here, and here except for AMU, the DU quota and other quotas, and here under DNB government, the government hospitals offering DNB or NBE Diploma, these alone have reservation. You can clearly see that deemed and private hospitals in offering DNB do not have reservation. Now this is done. So now what are we going to see next? We are going to, before we start, just a few suggestions. If you want to skip suggestions, don't like too many advisors, etc. Please skip this part. But after looking at many messages through in the groups, many queries, we wanted to go through this. First, after this, we will actually look at the entire All India rules and scenarios. First, download your admit card and NEET PG scorecard. Admit card, if it is not available, don't worry. Send a mail to NBE Communications Portal. Just search NBE Communications Portal in Google. NBE Communications Portal. You will get a link. Go there, select examination body, and then you will be able to raise a query. Give your roll number and details. Give your official email ID, whatever you use for NBE registration. They will send across your admit card. You miss your scorecard. Get your scorecard now. If I think it is available still. This NEET PG scorecard that was released after a week of around 10 days, I think it was on March 27th or something. So that scorecard, you take it, that rank, whatever you have now, is going to be your rank for any counselling. You always intimate any state round, any state registration, any admission related process, wherever NEET PG rank or All India rank is released, asked for, your rank released on March 14th is your reference. That is your only rank that you need to remember. So first get this scorecard run. You will require the admit card and scorecard in all the counselings. In case you don't have your scorecard, you're unable to get it, always you can get it from exams.admode. It will take 2-3 days for them to send across the NBE to send across it, send this across to your email ID. Don't worry about the All India quota scorecard. Everybody is asking All India quota scorecard. When will I know about my category rank? You might be able to infer. If you are able to infer out of something out of the category rank, there are huge changes between last year and this year for a particular All India rank. Like for All India rank 20,000, some category rank was 3,000 last year. This year it has become 1,000. It will give you a distinct advantage, but that will not happen. So don't worry about the All India quota scorecard as of now. No relevance at all otherwise, except to know how many candidates above you are in your category. At rank, let's say for somebody who is at a rank 50, if 10 candidates are above them or versus 15 candidates last year, it gives a distinct advantage because the rank is 50. At any rank above 1,000, the difference may be possibly 2 to 3%. This will not make a difference at all. So don't worry about the All India quota scorecard. You can expect it. Look at your category rank. If there are deviations, definitely we will come back with an analysis saying this is a deviation. There will be an impact, but don't expect deviations. Take seat increase based predictions or college predictors in perspective. When you are looking at seat increase based predictions, 949 seats have increased till now in All India. Basically, we have also got that report in the dashboard of ZyNerd, including which seats have increased. 949 seats have increased, and there are predictions going on saying 6,000 seats will increase. There will be huge shifts. Expect huge shifts. Yeah, you can go ahead, look at the huge shifts, pay for the subscriptions, etc. But we sincerely suggest take it in perspective. It doesn't happen that way. Your rank range based seat increase, and that too in your possibility range for your preferred choices, that is what will ultimately matter. Let us say there are 1,000 seat increases and 500 are in private institutes, and you're not looking at private institutes, that does not matter. Even if the other 500 are in government institutes, all of them are very good in very good institutes. For a ranker at 10,000, 12,000 who is looking at peripheries, it wouldn't matter. So this is to be done at your seat level. If the predictions, all this college predictions based on last year, if they are going to give you hope on something, do not take them as false hope, right predictions. Wait for this year's final seat increase and also round 1 trends. If you are able to manage that till the end of the counseling, that will help you a lot in managing the entire counseling process. Check every info counseling wise. Now, when you are looking at ranks, there are a lot of, we know that there are a lot of college predictions, possibility reports that are being generated. In ZyNerd, you won't see that. Check everything counseling wise. You go into ZyNerd, you will see state, a state or central. Central means all India counseling. State, all India counseling, which will include all the seats that are there. State would mean each state counseling. In Andhra Pradesh, there are 2 state counselings. You click on a counseling and look at the data. Today, you will understand that there is a counseling called Andhra Pradesh Government Quota. There is a counseling called Andhra Pradesh Management Quota. Both are separate and you have to register, apply, fill in choices for each counseling separately. And each counseling will have a category. The time you spend in understanding those, it is not a difficult process. The idea is not to tell you that it is a difficult process, but you go through Karnataka, let us say you take Karnataka and go through that counseling and look at open category, MNG category. Whoever has done that now will clearly understand that Karnataka has these categories and they know the process. If you had not done that, looked at 10 page length PDFs, you would not know what to do when Karnataka counseling happens. What categories you may come under. You would have only a very broad idea. Whoever has spent time now will get that advantage of knowing what are the counselings. If you go through the remarks there, it will tell you what are the categories and what is the fee structure, etc. Just try to go through that instead of looking at large scale PDFs. Spend time, even if it is 10 minutes a day, that will be worth it if you spend time counselling wise, looking at each counselling and what rank range possibilities exist in that counselling. Don't miss out permitted seats. There is a lot of misinformation or in some cases very genuine concern based information. A senior might have passed out in 2020, 2012, 2013, might have got a permitted seat which was yet to be recognized, fought over legally for 3-4 years to get it recognized. Till that point in time was not able to practice, not able to do super specialty. Sounds very ominous, right? Very difficult. What will I do with a permitted seat? What if I get a permitted seat? Absolutely not relevant today. Permitted seats for the first 4 batches are the candidates who take permitted seats in the first 4 batches are allowed to register today. Don't miss out on an excellent seat just because it is permitted or just because somebody tells you that permitted seats may not get recognized. Whether they are recognized or not. If you are in the batch, if the seat was started or if the course was started or a new seat was added in 2020-21, 21-22, 22-23 or this year 23-24. These 4 years, if the seat was, the course was started or a seat was added, you will be part of a batch which will be allowed to register and go for super specialty practice in any state. So look at that year, know what it is before missing out on permitted seats. Don't go with that common thread which happens around saying permitted seats have an issue. Delve deep into it. We also have a session on that. There is a separate video on that. Fake info, needless to tell you, don't go with fake info. There is a lot of misinformation shared. When you ask for specialty evaluations in a peer group, be very clear about it. If it is in social media with actual people not being present in their own names, be very clear about misinformation. There is an intention to help, but at times even the intention to help is not well thought through. Basically, when we actually answer a query, we look at every possibility, every angle to the query. Basically why it is asked. We ask you more questions to tell us why you are asking a question. But if whenever there is an answer to a query like, will I need to go to mop-up? There are answers like mop-up is risky. This does not serve any purpose at all. It is for your seat that you will have to analyze, for your choices that you will have to analyze based on what you have got at the time of All India Round 2. Don't go with generic suggestions especially seat evaluations like this seat is better than the other. Please try to connect with residents to the extent possible. Take effort to evaluate the seats. Preference order based evaluation is not suggested at all. We already have the preference orders in ZyNerd in closing rank preference orders. We don't put it as a PDF and misinform you just to add on subscriptions. Add on features saying that we have preference orders, etc. because we clearly know that those are last year's preference orders. Anybody gives you a preference order PDF, ask for factors. What factors have you evaluated it based on? The only factor that is highly likely to be told to you is last year's closing ranks, which is available in ZyNerd. don't go with some PDF which has preference orders without factors of academics, evaluation of environment, choice list, case load, the variety of cases that come in, and basically any other thing that you're looking for in terms of equipments, modalities, etc. Don't go unless the preference order very clearly tells you that. No other go. You have the last year's closing ranks already available in ZyNerd, you can take them. All India Rules 2022. Now we will come to the All India Rules of 2022. So this, here we will look at all the rules of All India 2022 from a very detailed perspective. First, what happens is the All India quota eligible candidates list is released. That is the starting point of everything. You will hear notifications saying when the counseling will start. Obviously, I think there should be some query today saying when the counseling will start. Now, we will have a lot of queries on that. Keep that aside till the end of the session. We will look at what will happen whenever the counseling is going to start. First, you will get a notification, you will get your All India quota scorecard sometime back. That itself is a minor indication that there is an intention to start the counseling. Now, the All India quota eligible candidates list will be released. There is no timeline for that. Last year they released it 3 weeks after the NEET PG scorecard release. What is this All India quota eligible candidates? Your NEET PG rank you had was for 2 lakh plus candidates, right? Everybody who wrote the exam got a place in the rank list, entire NEET PG rank list, the results list. It had 2 lakh plus candidates, of which All India quota eligible candidates is only relevant for which counseling? All India counseling, All India quota, not even for deemed. Even though it is the same, it is not even for deemed, not for any other quota. It is an eligibility list for All India quota. What is the eligibility list? The eligibility list will have 50% plus UR candidates, 40% plus SC, ST, OBC candidates, and 45% plus UR PWD candidates. That list, which is almost half the overall list of 2 lakh candidates, whoever is eligible for All India quota will be part of the All India quota eligible candidates list. This eligible candidates list will also have one addition, which is the category rank. Which category the candidates belongs to? Not a huge reference. The only relevance is that from last year, the All India quota rank and the NEET PG rank will be the same because J&K candidates are also eligible for All India quota. Don't get confused with that. It will be the same rank that you're going to get over there, except that you will have the additional information of category rank. Then there will be a counseling notification. There will be a notification which mentions the schedule and a prospectus which is published. The information bulletin is published. And when this is published, this is usually 2 weeks prior to the counseling. When this is published, along with that, the participating institute information. MCC will ask institutes a week, 2 or 3 weeks before the counseling itself, notify them to ask them to upload a PDF, a participating institute info. They will have to enter info in the portal, and that will be available in a PDF format for us to see. It will have the stipend details, it will have the institute details, the nodal officer contact details, and all other details. That will give us intimation on the institutes, the total number of institutes that are going to participate, and the bond details of the institute, etc. Any changes in stipend bond, we will get to know only at that point in time through official notification. Unofficially, you will have much of news, you will get to know that. So, schedule, info bulletin, and participating institute information will start. Then starts the registration. Registration will start 1 day before the choice filling starts. Note that. Registration starts 1 day before the choice filling starts, and both of them will be almost parallel, will have 5 to 7 days. This registration usually begins, this registration usually happens, we said 1 day before the choice filling starts, right, and ends on the day of choice filling, usually a little earlier, I don't know, in the morning of the choice filling. So, registration is one part, choice filling is one part. Your seat matrix will also be published around the same timeline on the date of registration or on the date of choice filling. Usually, when you fill in choices, you will get the seat matrix. What is the difference between increase in seats and the seat matrix? Increase in seats will tell you these many seats have increased. Let us say in a particular medical college, Andhra Medical College, radio diagnosis seats have increased by 12 numbers. Then, it does not tell you the additional increase of 12 numbers is split into All India quota, state quota. 6 will be under All India quota. Within the 6 under All India quota, which categories these seats are going to be under, that will be part of what? The seat matrix which is published. When is it published? a day after registration, usually when the choice filling starts. Now the next part is registering. While registering, remember this distinctly. Whoever is going through this now will not have any confusion. Remember this distinctly. All India quota will be asked. It will be asked whether you want to register for All India quota, DNB quota, which will be mentioned as NBEMS DNB. You will have queries in the group once the counseling starts, once the registration starts. What is NBEMS? NBEMS is NBE Medical Services, National Board of Education Medical Services. DNB is the course that they offer. This includes NBE Diploma as well. So you will have AAQ as one quota for selection, and then you will have NBEMS DNB as one quota for selection. 1, 2, AFMS as one quota for selection, deemed as another quota for selection. If you are interested in any of these three, we would always suggest add on the rest too, because the registration fee is going to be the same irrespective of whether you select 1, 2 or 3. Always select all 3. You will see whatever seats you are eligible for, all the seats. You can pick and choose which ones you want to enter. AFMS is anyway separate. Between AAQ and NBMS, don't think I don't want to join DNB. 2 days later, somebody comes in and tells you DNB is equivalent to AAQ. Why did you take that decision? There are so many people who have done DNB who are doing well. Then you won't be able to add it at a later point in time. After round 1 is over, you may miss out seats. So first itself, choose both together if you are interested in government seats. If you are interested in deemed seats, obviously you will select deemed. The registration fee goes up to 2 lakhs if it is deemed. We'll come back with the registration fee payment, etc. later. 5 rounds of counseling were there last year. 4 scheduled rounds. Why 4 scheduled rounds? As per the Supreme Court order in itself, round 1, round 2 are supposed to be online. There is supposed to be a mop-up online counseling for all these seats. Every set of seat over here, there will be a round 1, round 2 and a mop-up round. And there is going to be a stray round, which is online for AAQ, DNB, DU, which is DU is only for MBBS from those set of institutes, right? So for those candidates, for those who are looking at government seats in AAQ, for private and state seats in NBEMS, DNB, you have a complete online counseling as stray round, which is the 4th round. Offline counseling for deemed universities. Deemed universities alone, the 4th round, which is a stray round, happens offline. Last year there was a special stray as well. We'll come to the special stray. We are not going in detail. The same process for special stray too. Online counseling for AAQ, DNB and offline for deemed universities. Now this is clear. In case you have any queries, just let us know now itself. We will go through each round 1, round 2, round 3 scenarios in specific. And when you have any queries in that particular round, mention the queries. We will immediately sort it out in that particular, when we are discussing that particular round itself. In case you have any queries now, are there any queries? So in case you have any queries, post them now. We'll look at them in detail. Sequence of counseling. We come to the sequence of counseling before we go into round 1. First, what happens? Registrations. If you are aware, registrations have started actually for Sikkim counseling, which is for the management quota and general seats, and registrations were supposed to start for NEGRIMS, which is for the state quota, Northeast pass outs and Northeast MBBS, for the state quota, not for All India counseling. You will have All India counseling seats under All India counseling. Those who are from Northeast and Northeast NEGRIMS MBBS, for them registrations have started. What does this mean? All India counseling has not even started, but registrations can start for state counselings even before All India counseling started. You will see in some time, possibly Pondicherry will come up with a registration even before All India counseling registration starts, which means registrations can happen any point in time even before the start or notification of the All India counseling. Next, round 1 of All India happens. When we say round 1 of All India happens, the choice filling may even happen for state counselings here, but All India round 1 happens in terms of choice filling and results after all registrations. First thing to happen is All India round 1 results. No state will publish their results before All India round 1 results. That is a Supreme Court order. Every candidate across India who is NEET PG qualified is eligible for All India round 1. Note this very clearly. You can come back, pause and check at any point in time. Every candidate who is qualified across India is eligible for All India round 1. And for AAQ seats and for DNB seats. And this is the first counseling to happen in terms of results being published. All India round 1 results will be published first. What will happen next? State round 1 results are published. State round 1 choice filling might have happened here, wherever it happens. State round 1 results will be published after All India round 1 results are published. So what does each of these mean? Results being published. So state round 1 results are published now. Who is eligible for state? State rules apply. Some states are open states, they allow everyone for private seats. Some states, many states have state government quota seats only for their residents or MBBS, or there might be a different criteria for that. So state rules apply for this. Any All India, first query what should come in? Okay, I am eligible for the state round as per my state rule. What happens in my All India round 1 seat? Will that impact my state round 1 seat? Like I have joined an All India round 1 seat. My results have been published. I have not been allotted. I have been allotted. I joined and then resigned. I joined and gave my originals to All India round 1 institute. Will I be eligible for state round 1? What did we say? All India round 1 results are over. Then state round 1 is, results are going to be published. My eligibility is a question here based on All India round 1 status of mine. AA seat status is not relevant for eligibility. Whatever you do in All India round 1 doesn't matter at all. Whatever be your status, you registered, you did not register, allotted, not allotted, allotted and joined, allotted and did not join, allotted, joined and resigned. You give us any scenario, we will tell you that you are eligible for state round 1 provided you are eligible as per state eligibility rules. Forget your All India round 1 status. Those, that is what we are, be very clear about that. Certain states have a single registration. Only in the first round you will be able to register. Even if they open up the registration in second round or third round, it will be only for revised cutoff based eligible candidates. Don't miss out on it. For instance, Pondicherry does not open in round 2. Kerala might not open in round 2. Tamil Nadu might not open in round 2. Once you miss out registering in round 1, miss out applying in round 1, you will not be able to register. Be very clear about this. Don't miss out a chance in round 1 for registering. Obviously, it is fresh choice filling. Free exit rules may vary. What is free exit? Free exit means after you take a seat in this round, whether you will be able to exit or not. We are adding on this. We will go through All India round 1, round 2, etc. in detail. For states alone, we will add on this scenario on what happens. All India round 2 happens. So, till here, All India round 1 results are over, state round 1 results are over. In 99% of scenarios, state round 1 results will also be over before All India round 2 starts. Basically, the choice filling starts in itself. You will either be holding an All India round 1 seat or a state round 1 seat, or will not be holding any seat at all. Correct? At this stage, only those scenarios can exist. You will either be holding an All India round 1 seat. I joined an All India round 1 seat. I am still holding it and I am going into All India round. Or I will be holding a state round 1 seat. I joined a state round 1 seat and I did not resign. I still hold the seat. I am going into All India round 2. I was not allotted or allotted and resigned in any one of these, so I don't hold a seat here. This is what can happen. Whether will I be eligible for All India round 2? Your answer comes in here. Every candidate is eligible. Exactly like every candidate was eligible in All India round 1, irrespective of what happened to your All India round 1 seat. Allotted, joined, resigned, joined and resigned, did not get allotted, allotted and did not join. State round 1, I was allotted, joined, resigned, whatever be the scenario. All India, I moved from All India round 1 to state round 1. I moved from All India round 1, I did not join my All India round 1 seat, joined my state round 1 seat, resigned my state round 1 seat. Anything you tell us, you are eligible for All India round 2. Don't need to go anywhere. Anyone asks you anything, everybody is eligible for All India round 2, except one set which joins the All India round, one set of candidates. Some candidates join the All India round 1 seat and say, I don't want upgradation and don't participate in state round 1s. They are not eligible. Basically, those who have got their first choices will do that. We don't ask, even if you have got your first choice, we ask you to keep your options open by opting for upgradation in round 2, because your choices might change after going to the institute. But only that set is not eligible. They themselves have told that I am not opting for upgradation in All India, not in state. In All India, when they go to the institute, they will say during admissions, I don't want to opt for upgradation. Those set of candidates are alone not eligible for All India round 2. Rest of the candidates, all candidates are eligible for All India round 1, irrespective of whatever their current status is as far as All India round 1, state round 1 is concerned. If you are registered here in All India round 1, whether you joined the seat, when you are allotted and did not join, allotted, joined and resigned, doesn't matter. If you are registered in All India Round 1, always use the same login, no new registration is required. Fresh registration is allowed, which means you've missed out registering in All India Round 1, you will be able to register in All India Round 2, and fresh choice filling, which means your first round choices are no longer considered. Whatever you fill in there is not considered. You can create a new set, move choices anywhere, and then create whatever sets you want. A completely new choice list, move from lower choice to higher choice, anything you ask is possible in All India Round 2 choice filling. Now we move on to State Round 2. Who is eligible? Everybody who is eligible for State Round 2 bases these rules. There are rules here, right? In State Round 1, you would have joined and resigned. Then some states may say you are not eligible for State Round 2. In State Round 1, you may have been allotted and you did not join. Some states may say that you are not eligible for State Round 2. So know the state rules here. State R1 exited candidates eligibility varies state-wise. So be very clear about the state rules for understanding the eligibility between State Round 1 and State Round 2. This eligibility you need to understand. Then you have to check the state rules very clearly. But if you have joined your All India Round 2 seat, here I have joined my All India Round 2 seat. This I have joined. All India Round 2 results will come first. After joining, end date, the last date of joining in All India Round 2, that is when your State Round 2 results will come in most of the cases. So after All India Round 2 seat is allotted, you will know, you will have a time for joining 5-6 days. Before that, your State Round 2 results will not come in 99% of states. It is many states, only 1 or 2 states rarely do this, maybe conducting offline counseling like Jharkhand, or in states like Assam last year, maybe it had happened, etc. So such states, West Bengal it happened, etc., where it was released earlier. So some way, very rare anomalies might happen, but otherwise you will not be able to make a choice between All India Round 2 results and State Round 2 results. Between these two, you won't be able to make a choice because State Round 2 results will be published after the joining deadline of All India Round 2. If you join your All India Round 2 seat, I have joined my All India Round 2 seat, decided to do this, you are not eligible for State Round 2. Here you join, you are not eligible for State Round 2. Here you have to take a call between whatever seat you have in All India Round 2 versus going to State Round 2 without knowing what you might get in State Round 2. If you hold a State Round 1 seat, well and good, you might have a backup. But if you don't hold a State Round 1 seat, then you might miss, if you are missing this All India Round 2 seat for a State Round 2, check the risk factors, evaluate and do that. If you are All India R2, the other question that comes up is, I am allotted in All India Round 2, but I did not join. What would happen? Then it does not change your eligibility for State Round 2. Based on this, if you are eligible already for State Round 2, that will continue to be there. So if you are allotted in All India Round 2 and you do not join, there is no change in State Round 2 eligibility impact. Only impact is if you are All India Round 2 joined, you are not eligible for State Round 2. Then we come to All India Mop-up. All India Mop-up, at this stage, All India Round 2 would be over, State Round 2 would be over. State Round 2s are supposed to be over. Over means results are done, results are published, and then joining is also over. So what has happened here? Results published, joining is over. State Round 2, results published, joining is over. Then All India Mop-up happens. Now All India Mop-up is going to happen. Let us say All India Mop-up has not, okay, so let us say All India Mop-up, by the time All India Mop-up starts, State R2s are not over. It will usually happen. Joinings are not over. All India Mop-up's result is going to be published. Definitely there will be a court case. Somebody will take it up as contempt of court, like last year, like the previous year. Courts will modify the Mop-up result publishing date, and All India Mop-up will results. It is highly likely that after every State Round 2 joining is over, All India Mop-up results will be published. Why? Because anyone who joined All India Round 2 is not eligible. That already MCC has. This list already MCC has. What additional list does it need? Everybody who joins a State Round 2 seat is not eligible for All India Mop-up. For this to happen, State Round 2 joining will have to end, and that will happen. Otherwise, there will be a legal issue as far as over the last 2 years we have seen that, because candidates clearly understand that AA mop-up is the last chance. So if you are going to join a state round 2 seat, that is also the end of counseling for you. Anybody who joins an All India round 2 seat, that's the end of the counseling for them. And anybody who joins a state round 2 seat, end of counseling. Beyond this, you will not be able to move further to any counselings. Once you join these 2 set of seats, you will not be able to move to All India mop-up at least. So we are very rarely we will come to that scenario there. While we hold on to this, see here we said that once you join these seats, that is the end of the counseling. Some states alone allow some shift between state R2 and state mop-up. We will come to that. That is not supposed to happen, but they allow. But All India mop-up, be very clear, AR2 joined or AR2 joined or AR2 exited or not allowed. AR2 joined or state R2 joined are not eligible for All India mop-up. Now we come to state mop-up. After All India mop-up results are published, state mop-up results are supposed to be published. Some states actually release the results earlier itself. There are some issues there. So some states like Madhya Pradesh last year released their state mop-up results before All India mop-up results. But unfortunately, what happened is Madhya Pradesh results were cancelled because they released it before state mop-up results. Before All India mop-up results. State mop-up results were released before All India mop-up results. That was an anomaly. So this is how it happens. State mop-up, when it happens, the query is, I am allotted in All India mop-up. Here I am allotted. Whether if I join, will I be eligible for state mop-up? No, you will not be eligible for state mop-up. If your state R2 joined, not eligible for upgradation, some states still allow. So basically, here you join a seat in state round 2. Can I upgrade to state mop-up? Some states allow, like Madhya Pradesh allows upgradation from state R2 to state mop-up. Gujarat used to allow, last year they stopped it because they know the rule. Andhra Pradesh changed the rule, Telangana changed the rule, every state has changed the rule. State R2 to state mop-up is not allowed. Don't believe even Madhya Pradesh will do that. If somebody takes it up legally, there will be an issue. So always assume that here once you join a seat, highly likely that if somebody goes legally, this will be your final seat. There's some issue over here, just hold on. So what do we need to also look at? The $1 million query of the entire counseling process. All India mop-up allotted, whether they are here allotted and did not join in All India mop-up. Are these candidates eligible for state mop-up? Some states allow, some states do not allow. There is no interpretation because legally courts have not directed anything. Some states assume that the courts have directed to that All India mop-up allotted can move on to state mop-up. Some states assume that All India mop-up allotted are not eligible for state mop-up, so they remove those candidates. So it depends on the state. We will also tell you some of the states that do that in detail. We will also tell you all the information on what states do that, etc. Then you have the stray rounds. All India stray round happens. Eligibility is anybody who has participated in All India mop-up and not allotted in All India mop-up are eligible. We will come to that in detail. No fresh registration here. Note that for All India stray round there is no fresh registration. Here all we said was, here there was fresh registration, and state mop-up, depending upon the state there might be fresh registration. Depending on state there might be fresh registration. But here in All India stray round you will see that no fresh registration. Only those who have attended All India mop-up and did not get allotted, not allotted at all, they are eligible for state mop-up. Same choices as All India mop-up. No fresh choice filling here. Same choices as All India mop-up, and it happens online for AEQ DNB. In case it is offline, for deemed institutes it's offline. Offline counseling happens as far as deemed institutes. Choices don't matter there, but you should have registered for All India mop-up if you want to participate in deemed stray round, which happens offline. Same for states. Further rounds, any joined candidate is not eligible for state stray rounds too. There is no upgradation, but there might be fresh registration depending upon the state. You will have to check that. There was a special stray round last year, 1 month after the end of counseling. December 2nd, the counseling ended in 2022. Jan first week onwards, first week there was a special stray round starting from Jan 5th or Jan 12th to Jan 12th, I think. There was a special stray round ending on Jan 15th or 14th. So that may happen. This 5th round, actually, if you're very curious about this 5th round, don't expect that for sure there will be a fifth special stay round, but if it is there, then there will be quite a few seats which are allotted. Basically, I think around 304 to 400 candidates joined special stay round seats, which were very good seats too. They were very good seats too in special stay round. But it is a call between special stay round or next year admissions. At that point in time, if you come within that 300, you will be extremely lucky. Otherwise, there is an issue. We will come to the rules. Now we are going to look at each rule in detail. Just hold on. We have one which is what happens when I am allotted in both All India. This is obviously a reference to All India round 1 and state round 1. In All India round 2, state round 2, we said that will not happen because after All India round 2 joining, state will not allot you at all. You will not be eligible for state round 2. So All India round 1, this is from Dr. Sparsh Gupta. If allotted in All India round 1 and state round 1, what happens? Hold on, we will be discussing that when we come to this particular scenario. And what are the payments modes available to pay 2 lakh fee deemed? We already have a detailed session on payment. Just search for All India fee payment and mention ZyNerd in YouTube. You have that. You will be able to pay it through a payment gateway. When we say payment gateway, at any point in time, it includes credit card, debit card, net banking. UPI is not possible being because it is above 1 lakh. I think there is a criteria. And credit card, debit card, net banking is required. Net banking usually will not have a limit. Credit card or debit card may have a limit. You may have to go to the bank now to check your limit, and if your limit is less than 2 lakhs, if you are looking at deemed, change it to 2 lakh 10,000, 2 lakh plus 5,000 registration fee, and in case there is a charge for that, it will add on to 2 lakh 5,600 or something depending on your bank. So make sure that you have a debit limit of or a credit limit of 2 lakh 10,000 at least if you are looking for deemed and using a card. Net banking, otherwise check if there is an eligibility limit. All India round 1 rules. Now we are coming into the rules of All India round 1. Whenever we look at the rules and whenever you come back, look at it from these particular category perspectives. 1, registration and eligibility. Will I be able to register for this particular round? Who is eligible for that particular round? Choice filling. Will I be able to fill fresh choices or last round's choices are carried forward, or what is the rule based on which my choices will be taken? These are your choices. After allotment, and the third part is after allotment, I am getting allotted. In that scenario, if I join, if I don't join, if I join and resign, what will be the impact in next rounds? Will I be eligible, etc.? Okay, sorry. So one part we said was registration and eligibility, then choice filling, and after allotment, what will be your decision, and based on your decision, what will be the impact for the further rounds or your entire counseling process? What will be the impact? So, and finally, on the joining, after resignation, if I join, what will happen to my security deposit? Will there be a penalty, etc.? Those are also concerns. So look at it always like this. First, in sequence, I am going to register and whether I am eligible. Second, how do I fill choices? Third, or what choices will be taken? Third, after being allotted or not being allotted, what are the other processes that I can attend? Can I go forward? What will be the impact? And fourth, if I join and resign, what will be the impact on that? Now, first thing is All India round 1, everybody is eligible. So you come back and ask us, like we always said, everybody is eligible for All India round 1. All you need to have, that is required is NEET PG qualification. If you are part of the 50% plus or 40 percentile plus set of candidates, you will be eligible for All India round 1. Everybody is eligible. You can register first time registration. So you will register for All India round 1. Second, choice filling. First time you are going to fill in your choices. No limit in the number of choices. You can, for instance, you will have 4,300 plus choices in case you choose All India quota, deemed quota, and DNB, etc. All three of them. You may even have 4,300 choices if you belong to OBC category. Let us say, for example, you can fill 4,300 choices. One by one, if you are able to sort it out properly, you can fill 4,300 choices. Let us say your rank is 35,000. You think that you will get a deemed university only for the course of preference, but you want to put an MAMC radio diagnosis on the top. You can do that. There is no disadvantage in that. In case you feel that that becomes so clumsy, it spoils your entire you have 100% no chance of getting MAMC radio diagnosis because you are 35,000, you can remove that choice. But don't miss out a choice. Let us say you are 35,000, last year possibility this choice ended at 30,000. Minor chance of me getting that choice. Should I fill in the choice? Yes, you should fill in that choice in your order of preference. What you are going to fill in is order of your preference, not possibility. Possibility is for evaluation today. You have looked at ZyNerd, got the list of seats, you have ordered them in your order of preference. The already existing last year's closing ranks might be in a different preference order. You want this states first, you have ordered them in your order of preference. My first preference in the entire set of seats is general surgery in MAMC. I have put that first. Second and third onwards, I have prepared the list. That is your order of preference. Whether you get MAMC general surgery or not does not matter. What are the possibilities? 1% chance for MAMC general surgery, 100% chance for a last Assam Medical College general surgery. Which is your better preference? MAMC general surgery. Put that first. Assam Medical College general surgery will come in at a preference order below all the higher preferences. Chances of getting a seat does not matter. Don't go exactly by closing ranks and limit yourselves to closing ranks. At least have a very broad range of seats. Don't limit yourself thinking 10,000 rank seat will not be available at 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 3,000 rank shift will not happen. Don't assume that. If you are ranked 35,000, you may limit to those seats which closed at 5,000. That is meaningful because you don't want to your total 4,000 choices in your list. But for this 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 ranges, don't limit your choices. There might be possibilities in case you get lucky or last year somebody else had preferred it by mistake or because of a location preference. You may miss out finally if you go by closing ranks. Don't limit to closing ranks. Prepare your choice list as per your order of preference. That is the first thing that you need to do. Second, I am getting a choice only in round 4. Last year, round 4 only. This year, round 1. Why should I fill it? Not right. You are getting a choice in round 4. But it is a choice, if it is a choice you are wishing to join. For sure, you will join in the absence of any other choices this year. In the entire admission year, okay, this is a choice I am getting. I will join for sure, but I am getting it in round 4. Put it in round 1. Let us say that choice is available for you in round 1 because there is a shift. You will get that. What happens if you don't put that in round 1? Somebody smarter than you who knows this logic, who is a lower ranker, would have filled it in round 1. He or she might get that choice, and just because you missed that choice, you to a lower ranker, you might not get that seat in further rounds because that might be a golden choice which you lose. So don't ignore a choice just because it was available in round 4. Again, what are we repeating? Fill all the choices that you wish to join. If you are wishing to join, don't miss out a choice just because of possibility. Only thing that we are suggesting is, in case it is a very distant possibility, 100% no chance, then you think of leaving that choice. Otherwise, always fill all choices in your order of preference, not in terms of what is possible. 100% possibility one should not be the first. My first preference should be the first. So that is what we'll also have a separate session on filling choices. But as of now, this is in detail because this is the first round and many candidates make a mistake here. After All India round 1 allotment, results and decision impact. What will be the result and decision impact? Let us say you are not allotted in All India round 1. You filled in choices, you did not fill in choices. You are not allotted in All India round 1, eligible for All India round 2, no issue. You are also eligible for state round 1. We said everybody is eligible for state round 1 irrespective of All India round 1 status. So you are eligible for state round 1 as well and All India round 2 as well. Whatever happens, you are eligible for All India round 2. Whatever happens in state, you are eligible for All India round 2. Allotted and you join the seat. You are eligible for All India round 2 provided you opt for upgradation. In case you go to your All India round 1 institute and say I don't want to upgrade while joining, they will ask you whether you want to upgrade or not. They will enter that in MCC's portal too, and in your admission letter, the letter you get after joining, they will mention that you opted for upgradation. In that case, you will be eligible for All India round 2. If you say you don't opt for upgradation, you will not be eligible. Don't make the mistake of not opting for upgradation. What in case it is your first choice, still opt for upgradation. Every year, by example, we will tell you 2 candidates minimum will come back and say, I made a mistake. I thought it is a very good choice. This was my first choice, dream seat. I went ahead and said I don't want for upgradation. Now I come to realize that this is not where I want to be. If they had opted for upgradation, they would have had a seat in round 2. Let us say you opt for upgradation. First choice, opt for upgradation, and don't want an upgradation. Just don't fill choices in All India round 2. You will still get the same seat. So keep that option open by opting for upgradation. Allotted and you did not join. So allotted and joined is over. They are anyways eligible. Allotted and you did not join. It is free exit. What is free exit? First round is free exit in All India. If you don't join an allotted seat, you will be eligible for All India round 2. And whatever be the status, always you are eligible for state round 1. Don't worry about it. Irrespective of whatever your All India round 1 status is, you will be eligible for state round 1, provided you are eligible for that state through the state rules. You should be eligible. This status will not matter for your state round 1 eligibility. Whatever be the status here, allotted and joined, allotted and did not join, you will be eligible for allotment in the state 2. So what can happen? You are not allotted, you can be eligible, can be allotted in state round 1. Now we come to the query of Dr. Spash Gupta, right? So let us say I am allotted in All India round 1. I have joined. Then I can also be allotted in state round 1. I have 2 options. One, a joined option. Second, an option which I have been allotted in but yet to get admitted. It is possible to resign this joint seat till round 2 starts. 2 days before round 2 starts, 2 days prior to round 2 starts, there will be a deadline. Till this deadline, you can resign this joint seat and join the state R1 seat. That is possible. In many cases, what will happen is, you are allotted and here also you will be allotted. You will have 2 allotments. Note that this is a process. It is not blocking. This is a process, because at any point in time you will be able to be admitted only in 1 seat. In case you are allotted here and your joining deadline is yet to come in All India round 1. State round 1 also you are allotted. You can make a choice between joining either one of these seats. So in case you don't join your All India round 1 seat, you will be eligible for All India round 2, right? You can join your state round 1 seat and still be eligible for All India round 2. Everybody is eligible for All India round 2. So in both scenarios, whether you joined or did not join, till that round 2 timeline, you will have a possibility of resignation. If you did not join 2, you can join your state round 1 seat. You will be able to pick and choose between All India round 1 and state round 1 seat. But in case your state round 1 results come in, when do they come in? After this round 2 minus 2 days we said, right? 2 days prior to round 2 there will be a joining. If the results are coming in after that, you will have to take a call. You cannot resign your All India round 1 seat after this particular deadline. That is not possible at all. Usually no state result or joining deadline comes in before that. Usually all states will release their results before this All India round 2 joining deadline, the All India round 1 resignation deadline, because they know that after All India round 2 starts, these candidates may not be able to resign and state round 1 movement will not happen. So that will not happen. What happens after resignation, after joining? Like we said in this scenario, we came up with a scenario, right? All India round 1, allotted, joined. And then I get a better state seat. I want to resign. Or there is no reason, some mistake I did, I want to resign. You can resign. This is also similar to free exit. It is not exactly called free exit in the brochure, but it is similar to free exit. You will be able to participate in All India round 2. This is only possible till AR1 resignation deadline. So resignation after joining is possible in an All India round 1 seat, provided you do that before the All India round 1 resignation deadline. In case the candidate exits the counselling exit the counselling after All India round 1, you joined or you did not join, doesn't matter. You joined and exited the counselling. That is the end of your counselling. You will be admitted in that seat finally. Then your R1 amount is refunded. You don't join or joined and resigned and then exited All India round 1. After R1, if you don't participate at all, whatever be your status, you will get your full refund, whether you joined or did not join. So hope that is clear. The golden point over here is Always opt for upgradation if you're joining All India round 1 seat. After joining, you can take a decision later to fill choices for round 2 or not. If you don't fill choices, you will get the same seat. If you don't fill choices, it's as good as not opting for upgradation. But if you want to fill choices, that option is always open if you opt for upgradation.